Well, hello everybody. It's Leanne Greff, and it's Monday night, and it's time for my monthly Stamp With Me Live. So usually around the fourth, so either the fourth or the last Monday of each month, I will host a Facebook Live featuring a card that I'm sharing with everybody and how to make. So in fact, for this card, it's an accordion card that shows up both sides of your designer paper. I will have a free project tutorial, a PDF for you that you can download and save, so you can, I'll try to get my laptop synced up, so you can save it, print it off, or whatever you want to do with it, and use the dimensions, the product list. There we go, got my laptop synced up. Hi Linda, Donna, Jean, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Monday night, I know it can be confusing when these lives are, these Monday night ones. They are usually the last Monday of each month. So every now and then there's a change due to a holiday or weather or something, or vacation. So the next one will be the 4th, or is it the 5th? I haven't decided yet. I don't know. It'll be, because I think there's 5 Sundays in April, so we'll decide on that in a little while. I haven't set up my calendar yet. I think it's going to be the 4th Monday. But anyway, last Monday we did these floating panel cards, and everybody who shared one was in the door prize drawing for free embellishment. And so I used the Best Day stamp set for this one. And I believe this designer paper was in the Celebration catalog. Yes. So that was, I don't even remember the name of it. It's been a month already. Thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate that. So there's the inside. So this card is so easy. Oh, I see that came apart. Basically, you score it in half in the front, and that's at 2 1/8. And you add just these 2 little pieces of cardstock on both sides, and that makes your front panel basically float or wiggle or whatever you want to say. But it still folds down for a regular card. So anyway, door prize winner was, let's see, it was Sherry Dobreski. And I just contacted her, and I will be sending her this package of opaque adhesive back gems. So after today, I will post on my Stamp and Share group the Let's Share banner, and that's where you post your card. Now this time it's going to be this accordion card that makes the most of double-sided paper. So I have another version. Okay, so we're done with the door prize drawing. That's done. So this is the other version I made today. So in this case, I filled in the inside. And this one I did not. I added a 2-inch strip by 5 1/4 of cardstock that I could stamp and sign my name or add a greeting to. In this case, totally different. So you see this flap right here of the designer paper. This one I glued down. And so this does not float. This is basically a 3-panel card. Well, this is almost like a 4-panel card because I didn't glue this down flat. Your choice, whatever you like to do. So who's stamping with me today? Anybody prepare their pieces so you can stamp? There are basically 2 pieces plus a little something that you want to put in the front. So in this case, I did a rectangle, layered rectangle. So I'm going to get out my pieces. Oh, and of course, I forgot something already. Let me get my scoreboard out. Okay. All right. So the measurements for scoring. So this designer paper piece is 5 1/4 tall by 11 3/4 wide. And we're scoring at 1 3/4, 4 3/4, and 7 3/4. Okay. So I am using the Awash in Beauty designer paper. And I'm kind of thinking I'm going to use the opposite side. Now remember, when you're scoring, if you're using a stylus, always use the thick end for designer paper. It will not poke through. as readily because the thin end can actually almost cut your designer paper. So you always want to use a thicker end if you can. And the same with the paper trimmer. Don't use a lot. If you're using the little one that slides up and down, don't push too hard. You will actually cut your paper. So, hello everybody. Who's stamping? I kind of trying to read comments, but I haven't seen anybody that say they're stamping. So you cut your paper, but you're going to watch. Okay, sounds good. So I'm thinking of doing it the opposite of what I've done in the past. Oh, let's see, that's wrong. Yeah, here we go. And then I'm going to try and do the green side as the inside of my card. I know, I'm going to see what I think. Now you can always reverse that. So you can score on your bone fold on your lines. Now I'm going to use, same as this one, I had an old olive base. And what I did on the inside of this is I used the Radiating Stitches dies. This is almost exactly 4 inches by 5 1/4. So it works out perfectly to go on the inside. Now on this one, like I mentioned, I just added a 2-inch strip. So you see the difference. There's a lot. You don't see as much designer paper. If you feel like it's busy, cover it all up. If you want that full panel across of designer paper, maybe you want to even sign the back and add a layer in the back. You could also add just a small piece that will get covered up. You could add a little square here or a small die cut or something. It would not have to be a full panel. But I'm going to use, I really love these Radiating Stitches dies. So that's what I die cut for this. But before I finalize this, I'm going to just see what I think with my layers. Now I did do some die cutting ahead of time. So I'm going to insert that just to see what I think. And I used the smaller Radiating Stitches die for the Rich Razzleberry layer. And I can do one of 2 things. I have this piece. That doesn't look very great, honestly. I have the same flower as this one. Kind of like that. I did do a greeting already, whichever way I want to do that. And this could go inside or that, or both. So let's see. I'm going to scoot that aside. So when you open it up, it'll look like this. So could do the blue there and maybe even this pretty flower there. That's kind of neat. That ties in the front. Let's see, this will be here. So I just haven't quite decided what I want to do. What else do I have? That flower there. That might work better because I'm looking at those. Doesn't work the best with Rich Razzleberry, but that's what I have to work with. Or could go here. I could put nothing there. That's actually kind of pretty. I think I like that best. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so to put this together, I am going to glue this down. I don't know. I'm going to leave this open. I'm just going to do it that way. And adhere the Radiating Stitches layer to the inside. I'm not going to sign it or add any greeting because this card on the front says just because. So it could be anything. So I'll wait and see what I need. Now we're going to glue this down to our card base. So our card base is just 4 1/4 by 11. And you just center that right on there. And like I said, I'm using Old Olive. Granny Apple Green is also in here. Okay. All right. So now I am not going to fold this like this one. I did glue that down. And this one I left open. If you're just joining me, we're making this accordion, designer paper accordion card that shows off both sides of your designer paper. So you can glue this down so it opens like this, or you can leave it, I'm just going to glue it. I just kind of like that, where this is a permanent front of the card. Okay. Now on this one, I don't know if you can see, I textured with the cane weave embossing folder. Okay, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. Like I said, this is another size of the radiating stitches die. It is the white one here. So I decided this one, I didn't love my front. It's a little bit busy. So I decided to make a larger panel. You can do any size panel on the front of this card. It could be just a little greeting. You could add flowers. You could do a lot with this. Okay, all right. Make sure my and the neat thing about this is this little piece right here fits nicely in that radiating stitches area. So we will add adhesive to this portion, leaving the other flap open, and it kind of nestles right in to that radiating stitches area. Okay, so there's our card. Okay, what did we decide? This is going to go like here. I just don't want it to show. Ooh, that does almost show. I have to scoot it in. There we go. I'm going to add that. Just going to add my glue. Now this I fussy cut from the designer paper. From that designer paper. Isn't that pretty? Even the inside or the other side of the card is done. And this was kind of a labor of love, let me tell you. It took me maybe 5 minutes to do this. I'm going to have to add a little bit of glue here. That one wants to come up. Okay, maybe a little bit here too. My glue is getting a little bit weird. Okay. And I like how this greeting kind of hangs over. I always like that when there's a little something to either pull on or whatever. So I'm going to hold that in place. And this is kind of how I do this. When I want it to be in a certain position, I glue one side or the other. And for this, I will add some dimensionals. So tomorrow I will have my usual Tuesday live. Every Tuesday at 11 o'clock. I have a Facebook Live on my business page, and I upload it to YouTube, so some people watch them later afterwards on my YouTube channel. If you haven't followed me on either Facebook or YouTube, you can do either one, but I usually do upload them to YouTube, so that's kind of a guaranteed. There's no dimensional there. It looks good. Okay, I didn't use this piece. I did in this one. This was cut directly from the designer paper. And I don't even have all of my designer paper here to share with you, but the die cuts, I should have mentioned that. These die cuts and these two are all from the designer paper, but the dies, these are the True Beauty or Beauty something dies. They actually cut out from the designer paper. Now we're almost positive this paper will retire. There's quite a few designer papers right now that are low inventory, which means they will likely retire. We will know what the retiring list is on Wednesday, and I will be sure to post it on Facebook and my blog, and I'll likely send a newsletter out. There'll be a lot of places, so hopefully you're following me on all those areas. So I'm going to tie a double bow. And this is Parakeet Party, but it matches our olive very nicely. So what I do is give myself the length of what I think would be a nice double bow. I don't trim it. I just leave that. And I do bunny ears and fold that over. See how I have 2 ears and a face? So then the ears go into the face. And then you pull, and it looks awful, awful. So then you grab the knot, and I'm holding it very lightly, and I'm pulling those tails, and then I tighten slowly, and then I pull the tails again, depending on how wide you want your bow. And as you decide which ear, you can pull each one to make them bigger or smaller. So when I'm happy, then I tighten. And there we go. And then I will trim this one at an angle, and this one. So this is our in color, I don't know what it's even called, let's see. It's metallic woven ribbon. So hopefully that will carry over. So then I have a cute double knot that adds just the finishing touch to this card. This went really fast. I could have made my second one on the video today and got that done too. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the changing colors. I'm going to put that right on the end of that tag, kind of at an angle. Isn't that cute? So this is, again, a Wash and Beauty designer paper and True Beauty bundle. And I'm guessing this might retire. I don't know. This was new last year, so you never know. But when it matches the designer paper, I have a feeling it's going to retire. So yeah, that's possible. So yeah, that's the card. Now remember, I will open up a post on my Stamp and Share page for everybody who wants to share their version of this accordion fun fold and be in the drawing for a free embellishment in 4 weeks. So yeah, Nancy, I hope you do watch later. It will, then you can get how to do this card and the options. Like I said, this card opens up all the way. Now I did add a second oval. There's an oval on the front, and I didn't like that it was only half there. So I added a second die cut oval, and really I could add another white one to hide that. I just was being lazy and did not. But that's our card today. But like I said, Wednesday, 2 days, and we will know which colors are changing. We know we're losing these colors. In fact, I just saw soft succulent blends are gone. They're out of stock. I don't think they'll get more. So to me, that's either a hint we're losing blends in that color, or that whole color is going to be gone. I really want the soft succulent to stay, but we know we're supposed to lose these. Now there's a chance some of these will stay and be mixed in with the other 4 collections of our colors. There's a chance. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes they wait 5 years or more and bring them in again later. You know, it's all up to the current trends. They make sure we have a really good array of colors and a wide variety that can work together, and they also, yeah, like I said, they look at trends and what is popular. But Wednesday, we will know what are in 5 new in colors. Demonstrators will know, and I believe we can share, and which colors are retiring. Also, the retiring list is being released on Wednesday afternoon. Now, this is all happening, I think it's about 2 o'clock Central Time, I believe. So then there will be a post on Facebook and my blog and everywhere that I can do that to share this information with you. The retiring list will be while supplies last. Like I said already, there's a couple designer papers that are gone, a few dies that are gone, so they're already going. So if you want something, especially ink refills to go with colors or cardstock, that the colors that you love, you do want to be sure you get those. Because I've had many people that say, oh, I didn't get the ink refill and I need it. And I'm like, you know, eBay, I don't know what to suggest. Now and then you can find some Facebook groups that do sell the, people sell their ink pads and cardstock and retired items on there. So yeah, that's our card today. I'll be sharing 3 cards tomorrow, 2 different techniques with reinkers. One is called string art. Some of you might remember that. I know, Annette, if you're still watching, I bet you'll remember what that is. One of my downline made a swap card with string art, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Also, I'm going to show the baby swipe technique. So a few techniques, another fun fold card tomorrow. Basically my club cards that we did this month in March is what I'll be sharing. Plus, like I said, the 2 techniques. So I hope you join me then. And if you're following me on not following me on Facebook or YouTube, please do so you don't miss anything. Still trying to build my channel up on YouTube. I lost so many subscribers when I was hacked. Still trying to build that up. So follow me on YouTube under Leanne Greff. Okay, I will see some of you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time here on Facebook. Or, like I said, if you're watching later on YouTube, I'll see you there. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.